Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today because we are going to explore one of the most fundamental yet fascinating aspects of early education. Today, our explainer is completely dedicated to the magic of learning. Specifically, we're setting out on a very structured journey through the alphabet, decoding exactly how clever mnemonic rhymes and vibrant imagery transform simple letters into completely unforgettable concepts. When it comes to learning, creating strong mental associations is everything. And the source material we're looking at today does exactly that by turning the ABCs into this rich, rhythmic narrative. So, let's jump right in.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is the roadmap for our alphabetical adventure today. We're going to break this down into four main chunks: letters A through F, G through L, M through R, and S through Z. Finally, we'll wrap it all up by looking at A to Z learning today.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, letters A through F, the very start of our alphabet adventure. Take a look at how we start with the first three letters. We aren't just giving a learner a letter and a word. We're giving them a highly memorable rhyme and a specific trait. A for apple, red and sweet. Apple is a yummy treat. Notice how that immediately engages the senses. You get color and taste right off the bat. Then we get some action with B. B for ball, bounce up high, play with it under the sky. And finally, for C. C for cat, cute and small, meow meow, hello to all. This structure immediately introduces descriptive adjectives and really welcoming actions, providing a multi-layered learning experience right from letter A.
And this brilliantly illustrates a core concept of learning. Look at what happens when we jump ahead to the letter E. We see a distinct, deliberate contrast with C. Our source text gives us a cat that is cute and small and directly contrasts it with an elephant that is big and strong. Presenting these opposing physical traits helps learners construct a mental scale of size and power in their minds. It's like a giant puzzle, and making those connections makes the vocabulary words themselves much stickier in their memory. Moving along, let's group D, E, and F together to keep our rhythmic pace going. The continuous theme across these three is joyful movement. We've got D for dog, happy and bright, running and playing with delight. We have our E for elephant, big and strong, walking happily all day long. And F for fish, swimming in the sea, splashing bubbles happily. Honestly, a splashing fish is the perfect way to keep the learning environment feeling joyful and uplifted. Framing the act of learning as a positive experience is absolutely crucial for keeping a learner's emotional state exactly where it needs to be to absorb new information. So, we've successfully navigated the very beginning of the alphabet and reached the letter F, covering everything from red apples to splashing fish. But the journey is just getting started. What sweet fruits and incredibly fast animals are waiting for us in our next group, G through L? That brings us right into Section 2, letters G through L: fruits, fast horses, and flying kites.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the heavy reliance on vivid sensory details to teach these three letters. For G, it's grapes, purple and green, the sweetest fruits you've ever seen. It gives us color and taste simultaneously. For H, it introduces speed and scale, horse running fast, jumping over fields so vast. And then for I, it taps right into temperature and flavor. Ice cream, cold and yummy, a favorite treat for every tummy. By engaging the senses of sight, taste, and temperature, the rhymes make the abstract concept of letters feel incredibly tangible and real. Let's keep that momentum going and see how this builds our vocabulary further with J, K, and L. J is for juice, fresh and nice, a healthy drink so cool and bright. K brings our eyes upward with a kite, flying high, dancing in the colorful sky. But I particularly love the rhyme for L. L for lion, brave and strong, roaring softly in our song. Notice that gentle contrast. The lion is traditionally a fierce animal, brave and strong, right? But to keep the learning environment feeling safe and comforting, the source text cleverly has the lion roaring softly. It's a wonderful, calming choice of words that perfectly considers the psychology of a young learner. Wow, we've made it all the way to L. We are almost halfway through the whole shebang. As we bridge to the next section, I want you to think about what comes next. What jumping monkeys and cozy homes are waiting to be discovered as we move from M through R? Let's find out in Section 3, letters M through R. Monkeys, nests, and royals. Notice the flow of energy here. It's actually really clever. We kick off with high kinetic energy at M, monkey, jumping tree to tree, having fun so happily. But then, boom, the pacing calms right down for N. Nest, cozy and small, a little home for birds so tall. It's a resting point. We go from the high-energy jumping monkey to the calm, cozy nest, followed by the simple visual geometry of O, orange, round and bright, juice and pure delight. This pacing acts as a natural rhythm, holding the learner's attention effectively without letting them get overwhelmed. The imagery gets incredibly graceful and charming as we hit P, Q, and R. We essentially get a mini narrative of delightful characters. P for panda, cute and sweet, dancing with tiny little feet. Then Q for queen, who we'll look at closer in a second. And R for rabbit, fluffy and white, hopping around with joy and light. The words chosen here, dancing, smiling, hopping, joy, light, they all reinforce an atmosphere of absolute positivity that is just a genuine pleasure to explore. Actually, let's zoom in on the phrasing for the letter Q for a second. Q for queen with a shiny crown, smiling as she walks around. Now, you might be wondering why that matters. Well, in early education, introducing an authoritative human figure, like a queen, could be slightly intimidating. But the text specifically notes that she is smiling as she walks around. It's a small detail, sure, but in the context of learning, tying new vocabulary to smiling, positive imagery significantly lowers the barrier to comprehension and memory retention. All right, only a few letters left. We're on the home stretch now. How exactly does this educational adventure wrap up its grand finale from S all the way to Z? Let's find out. Let's get into it with Section 4, letters S through Z, sun, sea, and stripes. Before we list them all out, look at how smartly the source pairs contrasting weather concepts in this final stretch to reinforce contextual learning. S is for sun, shining bright, giving us a happy light. And just 2 letters later, U is for umbrella, keeping us safe from rain outside. By teaching the sunshine and the rain in close proximity, the learner grasps not just the individual letters, but the real-world environmental relationship between a sunny day and a rainy one. It's brilliant. Group S, T, U, and V together, and the rhythmic delivery is just buzzing with energy as we near the grand finale. S is our bright sun. T is a tiger, strong and grand, walking proudly across the land. U is that big, wide umbrella we just discussed, and V introduces a vehicle. V for van, moving along, driving safely with a happy song. Notice how safety and happiness are the recurring themes here, creating a really secure environment for the learner to absorb all this new information. I have to pause just to appreciate this charming rhyme for the letter W. W for whale, swimming deep blue, waving its tail and saying hello to you. I mean, how great is that? This direct address completely breaks the fourth wall of learning. It actively involves the learner, making them a participant in the rhyme rather than just a passive observer. It is a fantastic educational technique to foster deep, deep engagement. And here we are, the final 3 letters. The whole sequence ends with this musical, fast-paced celebration. X for xylophone. Because let's be real, what else is X ever gonna be, right? Music so sweet, playing a happy little beat. Y for yo-yo. Up and down, spinning around all over town. And finally, Z for zebra. Black and white, running fast with stripes so bright. The motion in these last 3, playing beats, spinning around, and running fast, leaves the learner feeling so energized and accomplished. Which brings us to Section 5, A to Z Learning Today, the final takeaway. So, the crucial point is that the core philosophy of this entire learning method boils down to 4 incredibly simple, actionable steps. 1, sing, 2, learn, 3, laugh, and 4, play. It proves that education, especially at the foundational level, absolutely does not have to be rigid. By combining rhythm, joy, and playfulness, the complex process of memorization becomes beautifully effortless. The source material concludes with this absolute perfect wrapping thought. A to Z we learn today, sing and learn and laugh and play. This simple couplet solidifies everything we've explored in this explainer today. It reminds us that whether you're looking at a cute little cat or a zebra with bright stripes, learning the alphabet should be a fundamentally joyful, engaging, and highly rhythmic experience. And just like that, our journey comes to a close. From red, sweet apples to zebras running fast, we've seen firsthand how powerful structured associative learning can be. So I leave you with this final thought to ponder. Which of these 26 magical rhymes stood out the most to you, and which one are you going to use first to help a little learner today? Keep exploring, keep learning, and we will see you next time.